I got rejected. I-19 male went on what I'd easily call the best first date I've ever had. It felt like something right out of a movie. I met this girl, and from the moment we started talking, there was this connection, this spark. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. We just clicked. She was funny, kind, and easy to talk to, and there were no awkward pauses. In fact, it was like we already knew each other, like we were picking up a conversation we'd left off years ago. We shared so many interests, and yet she surprised me in ways I didn't expect. By the end of the night, it was clear that we both felt the chemistry. When we kissed, it was like something out of a rom-com. I could tell it wasn't just one-sided, she was as into it as I was. It was one of those kisses where everything else just melts away, and for a moment it's only the two of you in the world. After that date, things continued to go well, even better than I'd expected. We started talking every day. She'd FaceTime me out of the blue, even just to say goodnight or ask about my day, and we'd text all the time. Our conversations never felt forced. I'd text her, and unlike most people who'd leave you on read or respond hours later, she was consistent. She'd reply quickly, showing that she was genuinely interested in keeping the conversation going. That little bit of effort she put in really meant something to me. She even got into the habit of calling me when she knew I was free, like on my lunch breaks or after work. I felt like she wanted to be part of my day, even in the little ways. I don't know, I guess it just made things feel solid, like this was really going somewhere. Today, I was on my lunch break, and she called. We talked for a good 30 minutes, and as usual, she had me laughing and hanging on every word. She was so funny and engaging, and we just flow from one topic to the next. It was honestly one of those conversations that leaves you smiling and thinking about it even after it's over. I went back to work feeling on top of the world, counting down the hours until I'd be off and could text her again. But then later that evening, I get home from work, sit down to relax, and my phone buzzes. It's a text from her. I open it up, and the first thing I see is I feel like I should tell you something. My heart immediately dropped. I could feel that it wasn't going to be good. I think we've all had those moments where we're reading a text, and you can just tell by the first few words that something's up. My stomach knotted up because, honestly, things had been going so well that I didn't even see this coming. She went on to say that she didn't want to hurt me, and that she was feeling overwhelmed. She said that school was taking up so much of her time and energy, and that as much as she'd enjoyed our time together, she didn't think she could commit to a relationship right now. I felt blindsided, and my heart sank with every word I read. It hurt because I'd let myself get my hopes up. I had let myself believe that maybe, just maybe, this could be something real. I tried to keep it together as I replied. I told her that I understood, even though it was hard to. I said I appreciated the time we'd spent together, and that if she genuinely didn't want a relationship, I would respect her choice. I also let her know that I didn't want to keep talking if it was just going to mess with my feelings. I wanted to be honest, because at this point I knew I'd developed real feelings for her, and I didn't want to play games. She responded, doubling down and saying, "I really don't think I can make it work." It hit me like a punch to the gut because I could tell she thought this through. She wasn't being impulsive, she genuinely felt like she couldn't handle a relationship with everything else going on in her life. I realized I had to accept it, even though part of me wanted to hold on, to hope she'd change her mind. I sent her one last message, trying to lighten the mood. I made a joke, something that I knew would make her laugh, just to leave things on a lighter note. Then I said goodbye, and that was it. I sat there with my phone in my hand, feeling empty. It's weird how quickly things can change. One minute, you're on cloud nine, thinking about the future, and the next you're saying goodbye to someone who had come to mean a lot to you. So here I am, just processing everything and trying to make sense of it all. I know I'll move on eventually, but right now, it just hurts. Thanks for listening, and if you're out there going through something similar, know you're not alone. Here's hoping tomorrow's a little better for all of us.